Have you heard of Checkerspot Brewing? If not, you need to get out here. They have one of the largest production facilities in the city. They're not limited to beer, and they have seltzers on tap. And guess what? They have an incredible announcement for this baseball season, and I can't wait for you to hear it. So let's go in and meet Dennis. As a busy mom, realtor, and someone who just likes to have fun, I'm always on the go around Baltimore. Whether you're new to the area or you've lived here your whole life, I want to show you my favorite places to eat, play, and live around 21230. I'm Alison Hudler with Compass, and this is the 21230 Show. All right, hi everyone. We're here today at Checkerspot Brewing with Dennis. Dennis, thanks so much for having us.
Our pleasure. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. So, for those who haven't been to Checkerspot or don't know a whole lot about the history, could you give us a little walkthrough of how Checkerspot got started?
Sure. Our founder and owner, Judy Neff, and her husband, Rob, used to homebrew. She fell in love with it after going to San Francisco. She went to Anchor Steam. She came home and she went and got a homebrewing kit.
Yeah.
And she started making beer at her house, which kind of turned into an obsession. So about 12 years into it, she decided she wanted to get out of the world of science.
Okay.
And she wanted to pursue opening a brewery. So she started writing a business plan and studied things like accounting, stuff like that.
Sure.
And just worked on the art of brewing. So
yeah.
I want to say it was 9 years ago, roughly. She invited me over to her house, to her basement. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to open a brewery," and she's trying to convince me to work for her. And she had like 9 different beers in her basement on tap at all times. I'm like, she really loves what she's doing.
That's amazing.
So, and the first beer that I ever tried hers was Juniperus, which we have to this day.
Okay.
That beer actually won us an award with Sam Adams, who won the Brewing the American Dream in 2023, right before he opened in the spot.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a pretty big accolade for us.
Yeah, well, that's incredible. So 9, beers on tap at home. How many beers have you gone through over time? And
Boy, I wish I knew.
Yeah?
We drink a lot of them around here. We had to try the product.
Yeah.
We have a core of about 6 beers that we constantly have available that we've developed over the years, and then we rotate a lot out.
Yeah.
So we typically have 15 beers in a seltzer. Yeah, we do seasonals.
Yeah.
We do fundraising beers, like we're going to do a beer for WTMD, Backstage Pass. We do that in May.
Yeah.
Saturday, we're releasing a beer for BISM, Blind Industries and Services of Maryland. It's a fundraiser for them. So the second year we've done that. So we rotate some fun things and we try to do some community-oriented capitalism, if you will.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing all that. And I always love the, part about giving back and taking care of the community. So it's really special. When I guess they were getting started, I know there's the first location, so how did they get started and why Pigtown? Why this area? Do you know?
Well, in our old space, we basically ran out of room.
Right.
The landlord had put decking in. He wanted to go back to office space before pandemic, so we couldn't expand, and our production needs we're starting to outgrow the space. So we spent probably a year and a half or so just looking for a building.
Okay.
And this one became available.
Yeah.
So we pursued it. The owners were a family-owned business, and like a couple of large developers wanted to buy this and do things with it. He wasn't loving that, and we came along with, hey, we're just a small business trying to, make a footprint in the neighborhood.
Business, yeah.
Yeah. And since it's becoming kind of an entertainment area with the Paramount, if that ever opens.
Yeah.
The casino's supposed to build a hotel. Obviously, we're right by the stadiums. As a result of being so close to the stadiums, we're going to host a Naval Academy alumni here for Army-Navy game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I never thought about it, though. Yeah, we want someplace we can bus to and drink and walk.
Yes.
It doesn't get any closer.
That's great for you guys, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. I was just here for a birthday party last weekend, and it was just such a great space, too, so.
Oh my God, we have so many birthday parties.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah. Well, there you go. Birthday parties here if you ever need a space.
Yeah, we get like 3 or 4 on a Saturday on average.
That's so nice.
This is the hot spot for 1-year-olds.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was it?
Little Roman's birthday party. That's so fun. And you were telling me a little bit before we got started about the build out of this space and all that went into it.
Oh yeah, so it was absolute chaos.
Yeah.
We had to keep producing and running our original space because you have to make money.
Yeah.
So we were between buildings every day.
Wow.
Every day, like 7 days a week. There's always something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Even with contract, we had contractors help, but someone's got to pay attention to what they're doing. And then once we brought all this equipment in, that's when things really changed, because then you've got to move the equipment around before you put it in place to do some construction to get ready for it. So.
And where did that equipment come from?
Miami, Florida.
So cool.
Yeah, we got an opportunity to buy it. We had to upgrade. We had a 15-barrel system. This is a 20.
Okay.
And
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. This system allows us to produce, I think, about 4 more times the beer in an 8-hour shift than we used to.
Oh my gosh.
Which is great. We don't have to go to that capacity, but we have the ability.
Right.
But this was a brewery that was in Miami.
Okay.
And it was owned by Dogfish. They decided to shut it down because it wasn't doing well. Miami's more of a cocktail town. It's not a beer town.
Sure.
So they basically decided to liquidate and sell all the equipment. So we had a relationship with Boston Beer, who owns them. They approached us first, gave us a number. We're like, wow, that's a great deal.
Okay.
Let's go get it. So we sent a crew down there, a buddy of ours, Steve Saunders. We call him the beer welder because he's one of the few guys that can dismantle a brewery and put it back together.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a big erector set. Everything came in with labels on it.
Oh, I'm
numbers.
sure. Yeah, how do you even get that back? That's
So-
crazy to think about.
Yeah, so I helped him. I coordinated all the transportation. In downtown Miami, you're not supposed to send large trucks, but 6 in the morning at sunrise, I'm like, well, ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
There you go.
That's how we ended up with everything here. It was just like, let's just go for it. He's like, man, I've never worked with somebody that this guy truckers will do whatever he wants. I'm like, buddy, I was in the business a long time.
Yeah.
These are all my friends. They want to see me do well.
That's so exciting. Well, it's great you've got those connections. and
Yes,
I'm
they
sure
paid off.
Checkerspot appreciates that. Okay, when you were finishing, because I love the lighting, like all the logs with the lights. Who designed all this?
Rob and Judy.
Very cool.
Yes,
the
someone.
owners.
And if you look around, the only thing in this room that we did not do is the mural. That's a gift from one of our regulars who was a photographer professor at UMBC.
Wow.
And so he shot that with a pinhole camera over time on our roof. And then he hadn't made any of that, so we installed that.
What, from the roof here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that is
I've
awesome.
got the time lapse on it. I want to say the time lapse is like 6 months or something.
6 months?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Very,
Oh my
very
gosh,
slow motion.
That is very cool.
Yeah, we have like a couple of guys here that are regulars that are like the camera exchange. Every day I'm getting cameras in the mail for them and camera parts, and I've seen some things I didn't even know existed. I feel like we're in a museum some days with that stuff.
That is so cool. Well, it looks great. So they've done a really nice job. What do you want people to know about Checkerspot? Like, what makes this place so special, and why should people come visit?
Boy, that's a really loaded question. Got an hour?
Yeah, I'm here.
I mean, mostly it's experience. I mean, we have a really great product. And with having a great product, you have a really good crew, which we have a great crew.
Yeah.
It's taken us 7 years. We finally have a crew that was like, they can handle anything.
It's awesome.
Hey guys, I'm bringing 500 people for a children's concert on Saturday. They're like, let's go. Wow. So we have a lot of enthusiasm there.
That's so good.
We all really love the product.
Good. And speaking of product, where's your product going to be sold this year?
Oh, big surprise. We found out this week we made our first delivery yesterday to Camden Yards. So it'll be available behind home plate and third base. We're going to have 2 craft beer bars there.
So exciting.
Yeah, so our beer, Bird is the Word, will be there.
Bird is the word. Love it.
We originally did that beer when we had the Orioles guest bartend for the caravan. I was worried about it because they came in the back door and I'm handing out cans to Michael Elias. I'm going, gosh, I hope this doesn't impede with MLB or shut me down before I get started. An hour or two later, we've got video of Grayson Rodriguez handing out beers and Adley Rushman handing out beers to people waiting in line to get in to see them. Bird is the word.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
that was one of our most happiest moments as far as being baseball fans.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, I can't wait to get to the game multiple games. We go pretty often, but we'll make sure we go get some. So
it's very easy for me to leave work and walk.
Yeah, so true.
It's dangerous.
Well, that's a good thing too. I mean, before games, people can totally come on over here and come have, drinks and hang out and walk right over. So
Yep, we have a kitchen open for every game too. So if they want to grab something to eat before they head over.
Yeah.
We do get a lot of that. Obviously, football games are insane.
Sure.
My favorite thing is when people call me and say, can I get a reservation for 6 people on Ravens home game? I'm like, that'd be impossible to manage.
I know, it's quiet in here now, but just wait.
Yes,
right?
every seat in this place is full on game day. Yeah.
It's so fun.
Sometimes it's packed.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned food. What kind of food could they expect to find when they come?
We have a rotation of flatbreads. We do some sandwiches, we do paninis.
Yeah.
We constantly have pretzel bites and house-made mustard.
Yum.
They're a big popular thing.
They're so good. We had some, I think, the other weekend too.
Yeah, they are very, very popular.
Yes.
It seems like we cater parties, and that's the first thing is on everyone's list is like, how many of these can I get at one time? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, beer, pretzels, they kind of go together.
You gotta have it.
It's been going on forever.
Yep.
Made famous in Europe and brought across the river, across the pond.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we We do have right now specialty menu. It's Cajun inspired, so we'll have like shrimp etouffee, jambalaya. It rotates, not the same thing every week. But
That's fun. So every time you come, get something new.
Yeah, we have a bunch of different snacks too available.
That's so fun. Nice. Well, thank you. Do you have a favorite beer?
I do.
What is it?
Bella Birra.
Bella Birra. Okay.
Yes, it's an Italian Pilsner.
Oh.
So it's made with Italian malt.
Okay.
So it's light, crispy, refreshing, very dangerous, and becoming very popular in Little Italy.
What's the with Little Italy?
Oh yes,
That's great.
Benny's. Judy went to Benny's with her husband Rob for dinner like a week or so ago, and the guys who own Benny's know they're from the brewery.
Sure.
And they walked in and looked like everybody drinking beer had a Bella Beer in front of them because we had their in cans.
Cool. You gotta love that.
Yeah, so it's such a small town thing because
Yes.
we got lucky. Someone at the lodge requested our beer, and then everyone over there is all of a sudden carrying it. It's nice how that works.
That's so great. Oh, I love that. Well, good for you guys.
Yeah,
love that people are spreading the word and getting your product out there. So, well, do you think it's possible to maybe check out the back?
Oh yes, we definitely gonna do this.
All right. Anything else you'd want to share for now?
No, I think the tour will speak volumes.
Okay, let's do it.
Great.
Cool. Thanks, Dennis. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Science, right?
Yes.
That's what it feels
This
like.
is 99% science.
Yeah.
And the
Perfect for
10%,
Judy.
the 10% creativity is the difference maker though.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can do the science, but they don't have the palate. So.
Okay.
So one thing that's unique about this system is that they can have several things happening at once. Like we've actually brewed a beer while making seltzer one day.
Oh.
The old space, we only had one way to brew. We only had one kettle, so it was a little bit different. Instead of having 4 pieces of equipment, we had 3. I'm not an expert brewer, but I do get asked to help with the seltzer, which means I have to lift heavy bags of sugar and dump them into a tank.
Ah, that's my kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Requires no skill whatsoever. It's wonderful. So, as you can see, today we were canning. They finished up.
Okay.
Anything that's made here is transferred by hoses to the tanks to ferment.
Okay.
Where we add yeast to it. That's how you get the alcohol. I'm not expert in brewing, but basically the idea of the grains, which get milled over there, and shot through the ceiling, and dropped in.
Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, this is so high tech.
Yes. In the old place, we used to have to pretty much shovel everything out by hand when we were done. So it was wet grain. It's like 185 degrees. We'd have to shovel it out.
Oh my gosh.
This system actually pumps it out for us and puts it into a hopper. All the grain, we donate all the grain to a couple local farmers for the cattle.
That's awesome.
So it doesn't go to the dump. So it's kind of a unique thing. We try to be as eco-friendly as possible. That was the one thing I was worried about when I first got in this business. Because I work at a smaller place.
Sure.
We basically had to figure out a way to get it to the dump.
Right.
So it was like a lot of waste.
So how do you get it to the farmers?
The farmers pick it up. We actually have a dump hopper. You see one over there, that big gray thing on the forklift.
Okay.
It's a dump hopper. So we fill it up and basically fork it out to the truck, just pop it over, it dumps right out, hose it off, and put it back and wait for the next time.
That's awesome. Well, that's great that you get to repurpose it.
Yes. So
Very cool.
after we make the beer, we do something kind of unique, and the tanks head straight ahead. Those are serving tanks. So we actually, instead of kegging all the beers, some of them, the more popular ones, get pumped right there and get served right into the tap room.
Cool.
So we don't have to change kegs. When it's super busy, you got a line, 100 people long, you don't really want to have a bartender disappear.
Okay, as a customer, I know people get really annoyed when they have to wait for a keg to be changed.
Yes, they do. I do as well. That's why we do it this way.
So great, come here. You'll never have to wait again, right?
Don't promise that. We do have some beers on tap.
Okay, some you
yes.
might have to, yes.
But the bigger selling ones, the more popular ones that we go through, like Birds of the Wood would be on the tank.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Juniper is usually on the tank.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, we have quite a few offerings. So we have to sort of gauge what's more popular as we do it.
Of course.
Like seltzer, that's always on the tank.
Okay.
For some reason.
Very cool.
Which I didn't think it was that popular, but apparently it's a new thing.
For those who maybe don't love beer as much, seltzer I feel like is a really good alternative, and that's great you're brewing it too.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, we change the flavors up. We have a few restaurants that buy it from us, which kind of cracked me up because nobody that's a brewer, they all have pride in brewing. They really
Sure.
don't want to make seltzer. I kind of forced the issue just because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. My friends and the wives stop by. The wives have 1 or 2 beers, and they're like, got anything lighter I can drink that doesn't fill me up?
Yeah.
So I was like, we got to do it.
Oh.
It's okay though. There are worse problems to have.
Yeah. Well, Neapolitan, Mac over there just loves Checkerspot. So I know
Yes.
if you want, you can go to Neapolitan and get it there too. So.
I get asked twice a week minimum if that's in future Checkerspot location because he has one of our signs hanging on the building.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys opening up something over there? I'm like, no, that's Mac's project. He just loves our beer.
He does.
He carries a lot of it. He asked us
Yeah.
for a sign. We gave him a sign. Didn't think anybody thought we were taking over.
Yeah. Well, hey, extra marketing never hurts anybody,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, our relationship with Neapolitan's been fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, they actually last summer started using our seltzer to make cocktails. I was
Yeah.
cracking up about that.
Oh, I've had them.
Well,
They're good.
I don't really get out much. When I do, I usually get a pizza and like drink Checkerspot beer. Funny how that works.
Yeah. So funny. Nice. Well, okay, so keep telling me more about how the process here works. So once they come into these tanks, you said they're fermented.
They're fermented depending on what style of beer. Some of your lighter beers take longer. Hoppier beers tend to ferment quicker
Okay.
because there's a little bit more sugar involved with them and the yeast reacts quicker.
I would have almost thought the opposite. That's really
Yeah. So if you were to drink like a Italian Pilsner, that's going to take longer than our Juniper IPA in the tank.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have options here. We can keg, we can move it to the tanks to sell, and we also have a canning machine. So we can, right now I think we have 12 SKUs
Cool.
available for retail. We have a bunch of liquor stores that carry the cans, which we're really grateful for. We have some great retail partners. Today they were canning Bird is the Word.
Okay.
The canning schedule varies based on demand. We have a heavy bar rotation. We sell a lot of draft, so
Sure.
it's a constant balancing act.
Yeah.
We do a lot of juggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, every schedule is subject to change. Next to the canning line, you'll see those large bourbon barrels.
Yes.
We have a program where we make higher elevation beers, things that are higher in alcohol, porters and stouts into that. And we barrel age them in used bourbon and rye whiskey barrels.
Okay.
And then we bottle them. They're for sale here. We made one called Admiral Buck, and
Emerald Buck.
yes, one day I'm in the tap room, and this guy comes in. There's only 2 bottles in the thing. It's my day off, right?
Yeah.
But I'm out day drinking, so it's always good to go back to work when you've been day drinking. He leans over and he grabs the last 2 bottles of Admiral Buck, goes from the bar. He said, "Excuse me," I was behind the bar. He said, "Excuse me, do you happen to have a full case of these?" And they're like $22 bottle.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, "Well, I'm sure. I've got them in the back."
Yeah.
So I got to ask. I'm like, "Sir, why in the world are you buying a case of Admiral Buck?"
Sure.
Because it's a porter. It's like 12%. You have to share a bottle or you're going to be drunk.
Right.
He's like, "Well, you want to hear something funny?" He goes, "My name's Sean Buck." He goes, "Want to do something really funny? I'm an admiral at the Naval Academy." And he pulls out his ID.
way.
I said, "This wasn't named after you." He goes, "I'm aware of the history's on the label." Like, we're good. So yeah.
That is so funny.
Yes, very funny. He's come back a few times. He got to meet the historian. Yeah, it was a historical recipe that we did with Marino Prey. And so he came back to see her speak.
That is so
And,
cool.
Yeah, he basically walked around drinking one the whole time he was here out of the bottle. I was like, "You want a glass?" "Nope."
If I had something happen to me had the same name as me, I'd be drinking it too.
Oh
so.
yeah. Can you imagine
so
going to his
cool.
office? "Here, have a bottle of Admiral Buck."
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what else should we see? What do you want people to know about?
I can actually take and show you how the canning line works if you want to
Yeah,
do that.
that'd be
Give you
awesome.
an idea, even though they're kind of cleaning it up, but
Okay.
give you a
well,
general idea of that.
Yeah, we could say hi and
Sure.
see what's going on. Thank you.
I was talking about milling grain.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
that's called a super sack.
Cool.
So-
it's pretty big. Yeah.
Yes, so-
pretty super.
Yeah, it's got anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 pounds of grain.
Oh my gosh.
And it gets dropped into the mill and then pumped through a series of tubes in the
Yeah.
ceiling. You can see the one tube going up, the black, and then it goes over, hangs the left, and it drops right into the tank, the first
Cool.
tank.
That's awesome.
So it saves a lot of work. These guys, sometimes they still have to. They would have to get up on a lift,
To dump
drop
it in.
bag by bag by bag,
Wow.
and then when it was over, they'd shovel it out. So it's far more efficient.
Yeah. Oh my
Saves a lot of
gosh.
time.
Your man hours that you're saving here is pretty
We
incredible.
run a very, very small crew, so we
Right.
try to make it as accurate, as quick as possible,
Yep.
but it never works out.
That's life. You know, there's
Yeah.
always something to improve and make better. But
Right now, they just use the canning machine, so they're doing maintenance on it, and they're trying to make sure that it runs when they fire it back up the next time.
okay.
That thing is moodier than small children get when they don't get fed.
Oh boy, they're pretty moody.
Yo, I'm
I gotta
aware.
tell ya.
I see a lot of them in here. I'm like, that kid's hungry. Get him something. And
Yes.
we've got a kitchen. Order.
Every day, my life.
Yeah. So the way this works, this is called a depalletizer.
Okay.
When this is running, it vibrates, so the cans slide to this belt. They get fed at the far end. You see them coming down the chute.
Yep.
Notice that they spin upside down in the
Yeah.
chute, like right here.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's to get sediment out of them. In the event something in the air, dirt, paper, whatever's floating around gets them, it'll dump it
Wow.
out. Then they get sanitized and cleaned in between the glass. Then they get flipped over to get the liquid out of them.
Cool.
They drop down where you see the two gentlemen standing right now doing some maintenance.
Yep.
The arms drop down, fill the beers up.
Okay.
They slide down, a lid drops on them. They get pushed to the side, they get seamed, rinsed, labeled, and then some of the far end of that table stands there and weighs them to make sure they're full.
Oh my gosh.
And when they're not full, we put them aside. So you see those cans right there?
Yeah.
Those are what we call low fills. We basically drink those.
Okay.
Because you can't leave them in the
That's great.
can if they don't have
No,
if they have too
definitely.
much air. You gotta
Can't do
drink
that.
them.
Yeah, gotta
So,
drink them.
Yeah, a lot of our regulars leave here with low fills and things don't go well.
Oh,
Most of the time we don't have a lot to give out, which is good.
that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
But we all have our
low
days.
waste, but no waste here, right?
No.
Someone's gonna drink it.
Yeah, we always make it always get strong. We don't want to
That's
leave, we don't want
so
to spill any of it at all.
That's great. This is so fun. I love
Yeah.
seeing this.
So one more thing that I'd like to show you is
Yeah.
our keg room and
Oh.
our little warehouse area.
Absolutely.
Fair warning, it is cold.
That's okay. I'm bundled up.
All right. This is where the magic happens.
Cool.
As you can see, we've got a lot of cans in here. Most of this will go out in delivery in the next week or two.
Yeah, your fave.
Yes, we have plenty in stock. Funny how that works. So this is where everything pumps through the bar.
Nice.
So we have obviously some things in kegs. Some of them are
gosh.
coming direct from the tanks we talked about.
Yeah.
This takes somebody less than a minute and a half to change a keg because they don't have to move them.
Good point.
Yeah, the
Yep.
last brewery I worked at, every single keg had to be moved 115
Yes.
feet.
That's heavy too.
Yeah, they're 160 to 175 pounds
Yeah.
depending on what kind of beer you have in them.
Oh my goodness.
So you do not want to have to carry them. So
No.
we basically load this up on the weekends. And then by Sunday night, this end's all filled with empties.
Yeah.
Good
That
problem
is
to
so
have.
Cool. Totally. Yeah, Very good problem to have.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So this is where we do all of our distro storage and then also bar storage. As you can see, we have a retail outlet where we
Okay.
sell.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
we have
easy
a-
peasy.
yeah, a little door full of 4-packs to go.
I love that. So fun.
Yes, and this is where the low fills end up,
Okay.
and then samples.
And samples. Nice.
Yes, we have people our salespeople on the street. They take them. They do a lot of tastings. If you're
Yeah.
in a bar or a restaurant, something like that.
That's true. That's good. Easy. Yeah, just send them out with
Yeah,
that.
take
Perfect.
the cans and go.
Well, Dennis, thank you so much for the tour. This is such a cool, incredible operation you have here. So
Thank you
I'm
very
loving it.
much. Now, every tour around here ends with a sample. We gotta go try a few
Oh,
things. Let's head to the
okay.
bar. I'll introduce you to some of the beers directly. We've talked about them. Now you can taste them.
Yay! I would love that.
All
Thank
right,
you.
let's go this way.
Oh, this way.
Yes, closer to the bar.
Even better. All right. Well,
All right.
I have to try your favorite.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
What style
else?
of beers do you like? If you were like to go into a brewery, like when you were here the other day, what did you
Yeah,
what did you
I'm more on the lighter side.
lighter side?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you recommend? Well, I have to do Bird is the Word. I definitely would love to try that too.
Okay. I would recommend trying the Average Joe.
Okay.
It's a Paul Bale.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little malty, slightly sweet,
Okay.
not hoppy. Doesn't sound like hops or anything. And I would recommend the Shin and Cream Stout.
Ooh.
We only make that once a year. We drop it right before St. Patrick's Day. When it's gone until next year.
Okay. That's exciting.
Great.
Yeah, let's try that.
Awesome. I'll go get those for you in one
Okay.
second.
Thanks. So many options. Tangerine Crush Seltzer. That sounds good. Sip Happens. That sounds fun. Sour with
Daryl.
Earl Grey tea and lemon.
I'm famous.
Let's see. Oh my gosh,
Oh, there's more.
they're so cute. There's more. How many did we talk about?
Well, we talked about 4.
Okay.
And if you want to try the seltzer, I can get that for you.
Sure,
This is Bella
absolutely.
Birra.
Okay.
That's the Italian Pilsner.
Thank you. This is the fave, right?
Yes.
Cheers. Are you going to have some with me?
Yes, you know what I will.
I'll wait for you.
Let me just grab an adult beer.
All right. Whoa. Okay.
That's a pour.
That is a lovely pour.
So this is actually Bella Birra. So it's,
Yeah, lots of bubbles.
yes, isn't that fun?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is actually the glassware.
Say what? It's,
The glassware is designed, it's etched in the bottom to make lagers that are like that to look like they're,
no way.
yeah.
I'd never known that that's what helped like make that happen all the time.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
something new we tried.
Very
You liked
cool.
it. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Dennis.
You're welcome. So that is super light.
Yeah, that's really good.
Very, very easy on the palate.
You said it's dangerous, right?
Yes, yes.
So what's our ABV on this one? Oh, 5.3. Okay.
Yes. These all tend to be on the lower side.
Okay, nice.
I love hoppy beers, but I spent so many years tasting so many of them
Yeah.
that now I'm kind of like, I'd rather have something lighter that I can
Yeah.
take a few more of. I drink 2 or 3 Junipers, so I'm going to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't want that. Just come hang, right?
Right.
Just stay, hang out with everybody.
Yeah, so
That's good.
you do not have to finish all those if you
Oh,
don't
don't
want.
worry, I won't. No, but I'm excited to try them.
Yeah, and this is Bird is a word. So this is a honey kolsch.
Let's go O's.
Yes.
Thank you.
That also is very light, easy on the tongue. That's a
really
little bit
good.
sweeter.
Yeah.
It's made with honey malt.
Let me malt.
Yes, it's actually
Good.
the grain itself tastes and smells like honey.
Wow.
We do use real honey in it as well
Okay.
to help enhance the flavor, but it's pretty wild when we get the malt. The first time we got it, we're like sniffing it and like I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you could almost taste it. It was crazy.
That's really good.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the average Joe, and that's the pub ale,
Okay.
which would be fairly popular if you were in, say, London. That would be something that would pretty much be a style that you would find pretty common.
Yeah, I could see that.
A little sweet, not super hoppy. Definitely malty.
Not my favorite yet, but maybe I'll grow an acquired taste for it.
It's not for everyone.
These two are really good. though.
these are designed for someone who isn't obsessed with beer. It's very, very approachable. Some people think are intimidated by beer, and I'm like, you don't have to be. There's always, you can find something. Everyone's
Yeah.
palate's different. I find myself liking the strangest of things.
Yeah.
Since that's not your favorite, we'll move that aside.
Okay.
This is a Shannon Cream Stout.
I bet you this would be pretty good.
Yes, that's going to be a totally different experience than the pub ale.
Yeah. It almost is coffee-ish.
Yes, a little
Okay.
bit of like dark chocolate to coffee
Yeah.
range.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so what all goes into this one?
That one is basically a historical recipe.
Really?
Yes, and I don't know exactly how the ingredients are laid out because it's a historical recipe.
Yeah.
That, like I said, our friend Martin Beaupre is a beer historian. She digs up the recipes like the Admiral Buck and the Shannon. And they really don't talk too much about what goes into them. Her and Judy make
Okay.
them. It's kind of like a girls' club. I don't belong.
Girls Club, I love it. I'm a girl, tell me. Interesting, yeah. The dark chocolate, that's a good way to put it.
Yes, there's a little bit of a hint of dark chocolate.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Well, I would say these two are my favorite, followed by that one, and then maybe that one.
You don't have to love them
You
all.
can
Just gotta-
have it.
just
That's
gotta-
true.
Just got to find ones you like.
Yes.
That's why we let people try things when they come in. Like,
Great.
a lot of people come in, they're not sure what they want. They've never
Yeah.
been here. It's new.
Right.
So give them a little splash so they can figure it out.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, there's something for everybody, so
Always.
come on in and try them.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, I would love to try your seltzer too. if you're up
Absolutely.
for it. I know it's not for fancy beer people, but
So this has become popular because it's orange, because it's made with
Yeah.
tangerine puree.
nice.
So we've had a lot of people one of my our sales manager, Shannon, was in today, and she's like, by the way, I got a lot of people ordering the seltzer because it's orange. It's baseball season. I was like,
Oh,
I never
cool.
would have thought of that, but it works.
Well, hey, nice. This is really good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's great. If you're not truly a beer person, you just want something, this
Yes.
is perfect.
We just recently obtained a full liquor license, so we will eventually have wine on tap.
Amazing.
Yeah, we have a friend of ours who's a local importer of Italian wines, and
Okay.
We're going to put a few of those on tap back here for those who don't like to drink beer or prefer wine.
Yeah.
Very helpful for us when we have like weddings and events. Everybody always wants wine.
Yes.
They want to lick. They're like, this way now I can offer them a full package when we do weddings.
Oh, that's awesome. How many weddings have you had here?
We've had actual full ceremony weddings, 4.
Okay.
I've probably had like 7 or 8 receptions since we opened. Got a few coming up in May, and then a couple for the fall.
That's cool. What's your max capacity for this space here?
The whole entire building is 500.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, the event space right now, where we were at earlier, seats 125.
Okay.
Right now, comfortably, we can have a dance floor with that.
Yeah.
I've seated as many. We've had 250 people in there for a Stoop storytelling event.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with those or not, but we're hosting one on April 9th.
Okay.
It's really a fun experience. It's like they find 7 local Baltimoreans to tell a 7-minute story.
That's so cool.
Remember I told you about I was nervous? I told one of those in 2008.
That was one of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it was like in 2008 I told one I won't ever do it again.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's interesting. And I mean, you have the stage. Do you have live music and other events? And
we don't do a lot of live music because the license zone is very complicated, unfortunately. So we have live music for events. Like on Saturday we'll have 2 bands here because they've donated their time for a nonprofit.
Oh, nice.
But we don't do a lot of shows at this point. We're looking into it. We've done a few. Like I've had Enslow play here, had Emily Wolf play here.
Okay.
So we've got a few people that are kind of known but not super famous.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Not famous yet, right?
Yeah. I think Emily Wolf's become famous. She's like opening for Tool now, but
Oh my gosh.
when she was playing here, she wasn't that big.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting though.
We've had a children's Saturday morning tunes with WTMD here. 500 people
Wow.
for a morning show for children.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think 460 of them were adults.
Got it.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I was like, those are more children.
That's so funny. Oh, well, this is such a great place, and thank you for showing us everything. Oh, and the arcade space up there too, like
Yes.
games and things. So
Yes, my office is up there, and they put the pinball machines there, and I don't go to my office very much because I'll get stuck on the way to or from.
what a bummer. Oh. Well, that's really fun.
That was a way to keep me out of trouble.
Yeah.
Let's put the games outside his office, then you can't get in trouble.
There you go. Perfect. We'll just keep you up there. Awesome, Dennis. Well, this is really wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Stop by and see us anytime.
Absolutely. Yeah, you heard him. Come on out here. What's your address here, Dennis?
1421 Ridgely Street, Baltimore, Maryland 21230. It's like the show.
Well, I always say 21230. Yeah. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys all come out, check them out. Lots of great things on tap to try. You can bring some cans home. Great place to throw a party too. So hopefully you'll see everybody here soon.
I hope so.
So thanks. All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.